you gonna go on a ride with Daddy?
No.
No?
Walk.
A walk? Maybe we can go on a walk later.
Yes, walk.
Okay. Yeah, guys, no reason to worry about us. We're just climbing on furniture. This is what life has come to. First, climbing up walls, climbing up furniture, you know, the normal. Hey guys, I hope you're doing well. This evening has been an interesting one. I guess it's probably a good way to put it. Thomas and I went for a walk. Thomas struggled actually walking. He wanted to run. And so I didn't get to walk with my friend for very long because he was running and crazy and things. But we got out of the house, which is good. You know, good for him. Earlier, Dan and I had a teachers meeting. It's interesting. We are both teaching middle school this next year. We have both. It's been a while since we've both been in the same division. It's actually our first year in Davao that we were in the same division. We both taught high school, and now this next year we'll get to both teach a middle school class, and we're actually both teaching 8th grade. So that should be fun, and hopefully they won't play us against each other and that kind of thing. So yeah, I think we made some progress with the meeting and things, so that was good. Honestly, I've spent the majority of my day doing MailChimp. MailChimp is something that both Dan and I have avoided like the plague for ever. Like, this is our 7th year with Wycliffe, and we tried it at the beginning, and it was just hard. I was like, you know what, I'm going to try it again. I'm going to see if it helps. I'm going to see if people will like it. At least this way I can see who actually reads emails. And yeah, so that took me pretty much all day, besides the time I took out for the meeting and lunch and things. And then I finished that up after walking with my friend this evening. And I tried to eat supper, and then I started feeling sick to my stomach. So I did not eat supper, but I have not gotten sick, thank goodness. But yeah, it's just, and poor Thomas just has energy, and there's a word out that we possibly will not, like, restrictions will not lessen, but we'll go back to more restrict things, which just isn't good for Thomas. I don't think the twins notice as much because they are so small, the house is big enough for them to roam around and do that kind of thing if they need to. But Thomas, he needs to be able to run and play, and the playground's not going to be open for a really long time, and it's just hard. And so we would really appreciate your prayers with that. And with that, it's really hard to keep a good attitude. It's really hard to sit there and say, we're doing the right thing, we need to be here, and then I'm hearing about different things that are changing and happening back in the States, and specifically, okay, my parents live between Rochester and Logansport, Indiana. So Rochester does not have a lot when it comes to restaurants and things. So we have our favorite places to eat in Logansport. And growing up, we used to have a Fazoli's, and that was a lot of fun, especially after concerts. They would have like special deals and things where they would sponsor our school, and it was just really fun to eat at Fazoli's. Well, Fazoli's closed quite a while ago, and so pretty much all that was left in Logansport to enjoy, if you wanted fancy or fancy-ish, we would go to Applebee's, and as far as I know, there's still Applebee's, but our favorite fast food place in Logansport was Haps, or Mr. Happy Burger. And there was 2 of them in Logansport, and there was a version of one in Royal Center called the Bobolink, which I remember going to the Bobolink during driver's training, because I did my driver's training in Royal Center at Pioneer. So, there's just memories. It was locally owned, so the guy that ran it, or that owned it, would come in and say hi, and it was just, sorry, I'm moving you. It was special, and now they're closing or changing ownership, and that just, you hope and pray that they're not closed for good, but then you're also hoping and praying that it doesn't change, and become something we don't know. I don't know. Rochester, Indiana, and Logansport, Indiana don't change. Okay, they have been pretty much the same since I was really young. And now that we're here, it's just, it's not gonna stand up. It's nice to have something to go back to, that you just know and that's familiar, and it just, hearing that this is probably not going to be there, and it's not going to be, the way we know, it just makes it harder. Dan and I and Thomas got shirts the last time we were in the States, and we got Happy Burger shirts. And I'm grateful that we got Thomas a little bit bigger. It's just something nostalgic, something fun, something exciting. And when times are tough, when times are difficult, when things are out of control here, or, we have no control over anything, yes, we can lean on the Lord. And yes, I'm trying and needing to remind myself, lean on the Lord, be in His Word. But it also helps when you have these certain things that just never change. You know, I'm very grateful that my parents have lived in the same house as long as they have. We moved from one house to another house when I was in 3rd grade, and they have stayed in that same house. And my grandparents on my dad's side have lived in the same house for forever, and they still do. And that just, it makes a difference. It makes, like, there was one time when I was missing home and just feeling sad, and I was like, you know what? I can pull up Google Maps and I can look at their houses. And that was just comforting. It was something that I could do to pull them in close and to help me through that time. And so, I know it's just a restaurant. You say, like, get over it, you know, you can go get your food somewhere else. But it's just another thing, you know, it's hard. Because there's a lot of things that are going through my mind that I know I won't get to go back to. And so with that, I'm trying to think of all the positive things and all the good things that have happened here, and all the fun things that we have gotten to do in the States, and all the fun things we'll get to do in the States in the future. You know, those things mean a lot too, but I don't know. It's just, Happy Burger was one of Dan and I's date places, and I know we're cheap, but you know, it's just the way it goes. So, yeah, that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video or the pictures of Thomas. He had grabbed his book bag and suitcase the other day, or I guess they're both book bags, and just was pulling them around the house out of the blue. And you know, I'm just like, is this a sign? You know, are you trying to tell us something, buddy? Do you want us to be going somewhere or what? And I just thought it was cute. And then I have some video of Thomas and I walking back to the house today from a friend's house. So, yeah, that's it for today though. Hope you guys are doing well. I hope things are okay where you are and you're able to just enjoy life and things are getting better. So we'll talk to you next time. Bye. God bless.